Hello everyone, welcome back. How are you all doing today? So one thing that a lot of people, including myself, am really looking forward to seeing in episode 9 are of course the various pieces of Jedi and Sith lore that will be used by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, as we get closer to Star Wars Celebration, we are only getting closer to the official teaser trailer, which is set to drop on April 11th, giving us our first look at the movie, giving us an idea of the tone of the film as well. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film when it comes to some of the set leaks, the set designs, the concept art and storyboard descriptions, etc. One of which has all to do with Rey, Ezra Bridger, and even the Lost City. Specifically, a description of Rey inside of the Jedi section within the Lost City, where it's described that she is entering the ancient ruins, where many Jedi during the prequels and after the Jedi Purge would come to leave something behind. The next goes over Rey discovering a Jedi holocron that appears to be in the shape of a cube that is said to be glowing in a blue color. It's said to be Ezra Bridger's holocron offering great knowledge of the Jedi. It's said to contain ancient lessons by Ezra that he too learned from the Lost City and was able to translate from some of the books. It's said that Rey discovers secret lessons while using the Force through the holocron. However, it is said Ezra's voice in this sequence is not planned to be heard by the audience. However, it's said that Rey does indeed is talking to the holocron and hears a voice guiding her through some of the ancient lessons. So what's really intriguing about this is that Ezra Bridger has a Jedi holocron, or at least had one in between the events of the originals and of course the sequels. Now, to this day, we really don't know exactly what happened to Ezra Bridger, as Star Wars Rebels Season 4 pretty much ended on an open-ended note for both Ezra and Thrawn. A lot of people want to know exactly what happened to those characters. Now, what's really interesting about all of this is that the Lost City, it's actually described that many different Jedi from the prequels and after the events of the Jedi Purge, or Order 66, whatever have you, would actually come to the Lost City to leave something behind, a piece of Jedi lore in order to really keep the Jedi legacy alive and well. So in the Lost City, one of the big secrets by Ezra Bridger is that in this Jedi holocron, which by the way, they're always in the shape of a cube, when Rey actually uses the Force to activate this and learn something through it, she's hearing voices in her head and she is talking to the holocron, learning ancient knowledge from Ezra Bridger's holocron. Now, it's actually said that Ezra Bridger learned some of the ancient Jedi ways, as well as offering some of the ancient lessons to Rey. However, it's described that the voice of Ezra is not supposed to be heard in this sequence, but is actually heard by the character of Rey. So essentially, Rey will be talking to the holocron, but we're not going to hear anything, which I don't know if that really makes sense. It's kind of like what we actually got an example of in The Force Awakens, where Kylo Ren was talking to Darth Vader's melted helmet. It really makes one wonder, right? Was he really talking to anything? Was he hearing anything coming out of that helmet? Is there some kind of dark side energy surrounding Vader's melted helmet, where he's hearing something, some kind of entity, if you will? So in this scenario, Rey is learning ancient lessons from Ezra Bridger's holocron within the Lost City, specifically in the ancient Jedi runes, which is a location where a lot of Jedi would leave something behind, be it lightsaber hilts, holocrons, whatever have you, any kind of Jedi artifacts or relics. So what I like about this is that this also ties directly in with what we heard a couple of months ago, that Rey does in fact own Ezra Bridger's lightsaber and even his holocron, as well as Ahsoka's. So with that being said, we also know that one of the outfits for Rey in this movie is going to be a black cloak while wearing a large backpack on her back. So this backpack is going to be full of Jedi relics and of course, you know, artifacts consisting of sabers, consisting of holocrons, and anything related to the Jedi books, you know, scriptures, stuff like that. And that's what I find very intriguing about this movie, how JJ is going to tie it into Star Wars Rebels in a very unique way. We also know that he talked with Dave Filoni, the man who is the showrunner of Star Wars Rebels. J.J. Abrams has talked with Dave Filoni plenty, you know, while he was writing the script of Episode 9, and even while he was going into principal photography of this film. So what I like so much about the Lost City, even though that we haven't seen it to date, it was an original idea for episode 7, never made it to the final cut of the movie, never made it past the concept stage, and I think what a lot of people are interested in right now is exactly how JJ is going to utilize this in, of course, episode 9. Exactly how is it going to be done? You know, is it really going to be, you know, one of the sequences in the film that's going to move the character of Rey forward? I believe so, because we do know that the Jedi and the Sith lore in this film are going to be used as a way to move the characters of Kylo and Rey forward in this storyline. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.